correspondent in Abuja says that despite arriving the airport at 6 a.m., 30 minutes before the flight, the airline staff still marked him and other passengers late, insisting that the only way they could get on the next flight is if they paid additional 109,000 naira.
These people paid 146,000 at the time they bought. Those who are buying today, emergency this thing, they are paid as much as 250,000. So they frustrate those who paid online at the rate quoted by them and give priority to those who have no previous reservation, who are ready to pay double the price.
The former APC national chairman says he rejected attempts by the airline to offer him special treatment, pointing out that his disposition to enforce his rights and those of other citizens, including children left stranded at the airport, is why the airline is accusing him of disrupting its operations.
I go to the airport, I have my checking in, they deny me. Then when somebody now went, he says, it's Oshiomole. Then the senior manager came out. I said, okay, let's see how I can sort you out. I said, no. I don't want personal favor. I want my right and the right of these Nigerians to be enforced.
With videos and text message evidence, Oshiomole backed his claim of what he said truly transpired, which he said can only be corroborated by the Director of Department of State Services, DSS, at the Lagos Airport. He said it was right on the spot that he quickly sent a text message to the Minister of Aviation, Festus Keyamo, and formally lodged complaints against the extortion and behavior of the airline staff, asking him to thoroughly investigate the matter.
How can they be allowed to profit from their own failures and incompetence? The federal government has a duty to protect citizens' rights and consumer interests. I feel pained and ashamed about how Nigerians are being extorted. Air Peace, I urge you, with all due respect, to protect the flying public from fraudulent practices and extortion by Air Peace.
The senator said he's delighted that the minister has quickly responded to the matter to stop what he described as hopeless capitalism that allows the citizens to heap blames on the government. Omo Bazwai, Arise News.
Yeah, that's right. Have you booked it? Okay.
Delay your flight for 4 hours.
I should be here for 5 minutes. This one. So I was ready before you. So I called you exactly. I was even here. That's for me. Yeah. So now security guy there was talking coming here. He said we're here already. In Nigeria, so I know the rules. When you guys were misbehaving, I come to the former directors, all the information, we are right for you to because we know we want you to succeed. But the way you guys are operating is all about your problem. Now, they said of the line, 30 minutes, so what about those that were here?
Yes, I was there. When I check it online, I started to work.
You checked it online.
I came here long to avoid this street. I did it. But this is the third time. For 4 hours, you don't deserve to exist. You have to go back.
Are we not human beings?
Repeat that part again.
Oh, last month in April, I was supposed to catch up with Emirates going to Dubai for a program. I bought Air Peace ticket, 161,000 naira for a 4-something flight. We were in the airport till midnight. At a point, they came to serve us water and biscuit and mineral. And it rained. I decided to return back to home and by 12 and ask for my refund. I paid the phone for my refund. Over a month, they refund the money. They refund 105 just last week. I have the alert here. Out of 161,000 naira, only 105 was refunded. They did not refund me the complete money. Only 105,000 was refunded from the 161,000 naira ticket that I bought. What does this?
How much money they ask you to pay?
Look at the time I called Angela. 0557.
I was here, I saw you. How much more did they ask you to pay?
Now, for me to enter the second flight, I'm going to pay almost 100 and something thousand. Almost 100 and something thousand for me to enter the second flight. And I was here 606. I was here, some people were checking in, and they said that they could check in because they checked in online. Online, the network was so bad that I was not opening for you to check in online. And I told them, this is the student for me. I can show you the dirty clothes. I couldn't even do anything. Since 5 a.m. she has been stealing our committee. But she said I go to the hospital. I begged. Please. He said there's nothing you can do. Now, for me to enter the second day, I'll pay 100 and something thousand. In Nigeria. You mean, when they delay the flight for 2-3 hours, who pays us? Who pays us? And then you miss your flight 10 minutes later, they can't even consider. They ask you to pay the extra charges. It's too bad. And I've paid them. Every one of them has seen me and my baby. This baby is not finished. She has been stealing. If you think I cannot be static, I don't know. Stealing and vomiting this morning. And then after you say that it's Nigeria is like, how will Nigeria go forward like this? For me to enter the next flight, the next flight is paying more than the first flight. The second flight is paying more than the first flight. So you pay all the money. Yeah? 5 minutes. 606 I was here. 606 I can show you. 606 I was standing in front of.
There were those who were here before that time.
I met a man that
many people were here before 6.
Before 6 o'clock.
5:55 you were here. 5:55 you only even see 5:55. They asked them to go and pay more money.
It's wrong.
Air Peace extortion. Nigerians hail Oshiomhole for turning down airlines. Special VIP treatments. Says he stood with the people. By Chris Oise and Humwenho. Senator Adams Oshiomhole has earned widespread commendation from Nigerians following his recent confrontation with Air Peace over alleged exploitation and unfair treatment of passengers. The former Edo State Governor and current senator representing Edo North became a symbol of resistance after he reportedly turned down special treatment offered by the airline and instead chose to stand with stranded passengers at the airport. The incident, which has since gone viral, has drawn attention to long-standing complaints by Nigerians about poor customer service and systemic extortion in the aviation industry, particularly involving Air Peace Oshiomhole, who had checked in online and arrived well before his flight's departure time, was denied boarding along with several other passengers. Despite holding a business class ticket, he was told that the gate had closed, while others were allegedly allowed to board or buy new tickets at inflated prices. Speaking to journalists, Oshiomhole revealed how Air Peace staff offered him a preferential seat once they recognized him, in an apparent attempt to avoid public backlash. but the senator declined the offer, demanding instead that the same rights be extended to all affected passengers. They offered to help me once they recognized me. I said, "Don't help me enforce my rights like every other Nigerian." Oshiomhole said, "I refuse to be sorted while women with babies were left stranded. If speaking out makes me a troublemaker, then I'll cause trouble forever." The senator's refusal to accept VIP treatment while others suffered resonated deeply with many Nigerians, who flooded social media with personal stories of frustration and mistreatment by airlines. One of the many Nigerians praising Oshiomhole is Mr. Aoidokan, who shared a traumatic experience involving his children. "Thanks for fighting for the masses against the irresponsible." Dubious airline called Air Peace. "They did something similar to my minor children last year. We had to pay an extra illegal charge of 650,000 just minutes before takeoff while my children were crying. This airline needs to be sanctioned. I still have all my evidence." Mr. Abiodun Adeperuzzi accused Air Peace of rushing to discredit Oshiomhole with a malicious press statement, simply because he is a public figure. Mr. Ehizo Edoson praised Oshiomhole for his courage. "You have made the masses love you more. You are a great man for what you've done. God bless you for seeing and feeling the pain of the people." Mr. Obo Theophilus Otsemuno also weighed in. "It's very clear that Oshiomhole was fighting against the satanic exploitation of passengers by Air Peace. Bloggers try to spin it because he's a politician, but facts don't lie. Air Peace resells early morning tickets to the highest bidders, shortchanging those who booked online." Prince Mayor, another affected citizen, thanked Oshiomhole for standing up for those who couldn't speak for themselves. "I have had very traumatic experiences with Nigerian airlines. I can't forget when Air Peace denied my wife and me boarding despite arriving 50 minutes early. Another passenger who left the same hotel as ours boarded that flight because he bought a last-minute ticket." Whether Oshiomhole's action was personal or patriotic, the fact is he stood with the people. That's the kind of leadership we need. Others have called on the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority (NCA) and other regulatory bodies to wake up to their responsibilities and put an end to what they described as a pattern of exploitation in the aviation sector. Oshiomhole, in his own words, decried what he called ruthless, primitive capitalism, urging the federal government to protect citizens from corporate exploitation. "When people give up hope, bullets will not stop them. The least a government can do is protect its citizens from exploitation," he said. The incident has sparked renewed calls for reforms in the aviation industry, with many saying it is time to hold airlines accountable and ensure that ordinary Nigerians are treated with dignity and fairness. As the videos and testimonies continue to circulate online, one thing is clear: Oshiomhole's decision to stand with the people has struck a powerful chord across the country, and many hope it marks the beginning of a wider pushback against impunity in Nigeria's airline sector.
So I am back to the coastal road today, 6th June 20. It's a Friday, public holiday. I'm supposed to be at home enjoying the holiday like every other person. But because Reno, I hope he doesn't make a mockery of his family name, lied that he stood alongside Professor Oshiomhole to take picture at 30th kilometer and that he drove up to this point. That's exactly why I'm back. This is 30th kilometer. And you can see it. Prove it. Not be me Makam. Not be me Makam. This is the project marking by the contractor. The construction engineer marked this by themselves. I only have two questions for Egbon, Reno, Wendell Simley. You know what I mean? Number one question. Do you know better than the contractor, the construction engineer, who said all they have done so far, and they summed up to 30, was nearly 20 kilometers coming from VI to Lekki corridor, and another nearly 10 kilometers. I'm sure that if we go to calculate the nearly 20 kilometers, if you don't even reach 15, the one that I've calculated so far that I went and drove and I saw the change marking was even the nearly 10. So that's number one question for you. Do you know better than the engineer who by himself confessed? I understand that the minister, out of sheer overzealousness, trying to impress everybody and the president, claimed that they had done 30. But even on the day of that, your ceremony, the engineer said, yes, even though they advertised that they are commissioning 30 kilometers, all they had done was nearly 20 in one part, another nearly 10 in another part. But you, Reno, you want to claim that you know better than that engineer. Prove it. That's number one. Number two question is, this corridor is along coastal villages. In which village is kilometer 30? Me, I know it because I've come here now, and I came in through Ekwatiti. Prove it to me that you and Professor Oshiomhole drove to this point. Where did you pass to drive to this point? From VI to come and show. You sat in a cozy car inside convoy, and you are claiming that you came to this place to come and snap. How? How did you get here? Look at the road now. Look at the. This is kilometer 30. They are not even sandfilled up to the required height, let alone of compacting it, and let alone of concrete pavement. In fact, there are some places, if you go further, I will show you. By the time you get to Iwerekun now, you will see behind the palace, they have not even cleared it. Let alone of sandfield, let alone of connecting it. So when I say it's disjointed here and there, they skip some places, they sandfield it, they impress themselves. They skip another kilometers, they sandfield it, they impress themselves. From VI to Okwaja, Musiri Kogo, Mokowan, Mokotu, Eko Akete, Iwerekun, Awofin, Odushino, Jegi, Solo Rumija, Solo Alade, Igodo, Debojo, to Eleko. I know this corridor to an extent. Reno, tell me in which village is that kilometer 30? And by the way, to those APC online urchins, those data boys, I pity you. It is ignorance that is making you to be collecting 10,000 data allowance to come and be attacking us. You think it's about me? You can lie on paper, you can lie in documents, you can lie in whatever appropriation you are doing, because citizens have no access to verifying or cross-checking. But this is road now, public place. You think people will not go and check? No, like you think we will not check? Reno, you drove to kilometer 30. Show us video of you at kilometer 30. Just show us, show us video of you at kilometer 30. This is me, 6th of June, 2025. Friday, public holiday. So Reno, after picking and twisting quotable quotes that you pick from books, just to grow your online followers, you now start filling them with political lies. Now go boss if you try me. It's not just about the road not reaching the 30 kilometers as claimed. I also raised important question. The original alignment for the coastal road is still there in the swamp. It's there. But the dislodged and displaced people from this. So if you are claiming that truly it is because of geophysical reasons or technical or whatever reason that you have to realign the road to this place, the right thing to have done therefore is to say, okay, we are displacing you from here. You go and take the original alignment and resettle there. Isn't that? That is the only way to have proven to us that truly it is because of geophysical or other technical reason that you are, not because you want to grab land under guise of road construction. So APC urchins, you are defending it today. By the time it is your turn tomorrow, you no longer have the moral justification to condemn it, because by that time you will be alone. Other places would have taken their own, they would have leaked it and moved on. It will be your own portion that time. Point number 3 I raised in that video, but all of you are shying away from, is the toll. And don't come and tell me when they finish the road, don't drive it, don't use it. They are constructing it with public fund, and we are still going to be paying toll on it. Did you hear that? So don't tell me I cannot talk about what the government is using our money to do. How much toll is fair to pay for citizens in a country that minimum wage is barely 70,000 naira? Ask your politicians. How many tolling points are they looking to install between VI and Eleko, and how much per vehicle? Point number 4 is about the shoulders. You think your life ends on typing on social media? If you also be using this road and you are going to be driving from VI to Calabar without our shoulder, instead of you to be asking important questions, you are saying, no, it's trying to discredit government. Nobody is trying to discredit government. You are saying government should not be exaggerating what they have done. We know you just wanted to have something to say that you did, or to celebrate on May 29. That was why you hurriedly came, even after advertising the lie that you wanted to commission the 30 kilometers completed. The engineer still said that day when he was making a speech that nearly 20 in one place and nearly 10. Imagine if you now go to that nearly 20 and calculate it. If you are in that area, I challenge you, please go there, go and calculate how many kilometers. Go and look at the chainage marking. You will see. Then let us add it to the 6.2 from Eleko inward. You will see the truth of how many kilometers they have actually commissioned. Okay, for instance, now look right behind me. This is around kilometer 33. And this is Iwerekun village. And I tell you that this place is just cleared. It's not a sandfield at about kilometer 33. It's not yet sandfield at all. They just cleared it and left it. So work has not even reached there. If you say work is progressing, I understand it. But to now come and lie that you have done something and you have completed and you are commissioning what you have done. This is Iwerekun. You can come. Iwerekun village. I'm naming names. Iwerekun village. I am giving names. Iwerekun. Come here. This is the coastal road. This is the coastal corridor. Look at the alignment. See it. They cleared it and marked it. But they have not even sandfield, let alone of compact or concrete pavement. Work in progress. Fine. But don't lie. Now, this is Iwerekun Palace. And right at my front is where another piece of sandfield stopped. You can see that I showed you previously where they cleared without sandfield. They skipped and sandfield this place. But after this place, look at the road that leads to Iwerekun. And right behind me is just behind the palace. They have not even cleared at all. They have not even cleared it at all, let alone of sandfield. So now tell me, they have not even linked it by clearing and sandfielding. Sandfield and clearing has not even linked up to Eleko. So it's just pieces of sandfield here, clearing here, paving here that they are commissioning. Work in progress, fine, but don't lie. Don't lie. They have not even linked it to Eleko. They have not linked it. This is Iwerekun. This is sandfield here. They have not even cleared here. And you are claiming you have done. Reno, now you start time. Now you start time, so I go cast now. Shout out to Rufai Oseni. But Reno, next time, look at the person who made a post before you react to it. I don't do studio or wheelchair altercation. I'm a field man. I do objective facts. So, Reno, Mama should be a letter. None of you see more tells in I can tell.
Alright, so yesterday a gentleman did a video and he called me a liar about the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, and he said he'd gone to kilometer 30 and there was nothing there, just like a flagpole. But here's the thing, neither the government nor I as a private citizen said that if you drive from Ahmadu Bello Way up to kilometer 30 you're going to see something. That's not how it works. The Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway section 1, which begins on Ahmadu Bello Way, is actually 30 kilometers completed, but the 30 kilometers starts from Ahmadu Bello Way, 20 kilometers all the way to Okuaja, and then it stops there, and from the other end, from Eleko, it goes backwards 10 kilometers. So it is the Eleko backward 10 kilometers and the 20 kilometers from Ahmadu Bello Way up to Okuaja that is 30 kilometers. Now, we've said this before, but probably the young man who did the video missed that information. Watch this video.
Is that by May 25th, 2025, there will be 30 kilometers that is ready for the president to commission in the section 1. And what is the 30 kilometer? 20 kilometers continuously from Ahmad Bello Way will be, so, and then 10 kilometers at the end of section 1, which is Aleko Junction. And why are we leaving about 17 kilometers? It's because of settlement, because the settlement of the sand by the reason of our instrument is going to take about 6 months or thereabout to properly settle because of the filling of up to 10 meters height within that section.
Now, before I agreed to come to Lagos for the flag off of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, I didn't just rely on the government. I did some research on my own. I saw a video by a guy called Bolaho Aziz. Now, this guy had actually gone from the Ahmadu Bello Way beginning of the road up until kilometer 19, and this was 2 weeks before the commissioning, so it had only gone from Ahmadu Bello Way to kilometer 19, and then from the Eloka end he had gone with a drone and captured the 10 kilometers, and you can actually see it on his YouTube channel and also on his X profile. I'm going to put the link in this video.
About 30 kilometers have been completed in 2 stretches, 20 kilometers from Victoria Island to Okuaja and another 10 kilometers from Eleko heading back towards Okuaja. In this video, I will take you along the entire route of section 1, showing what has been completed, what's still under construction, which route you will be able to drive on when it's open on the 25th, and how this road now looks like by the day and at night.
I also phoned this young man and I asked him to verify, and this was verified. So I went to Lagos. Now, when I got to Lagos, the photo that we took, myself and Professor Wole Soyinka, it was not at kilometer 30 all the way from Ahmadu Bello Way. No, it was from kilometer 30, you see, from Ahmadu Bello Way up onto Oku axis, that is 20 kilometers, and then from Eleko back, that's 10 kilometers. So the point where those two roads converged, that is where we took that photo. Now, the whole road itself is actually 47.4 kilometers. Why are you having 20 kilometers from Ahmadu Bello Way and then 10 kilometers from Eleko? It's just because they're going to have a bridge, railway, and a tunnel in the 17.4 kilometers between, and that part has to be stabilized. It takes 6 months for that road to be stabilized. Now, this is standard practice all over the world. When you're building a bridge, a road, a railway, or a tunnel, you don't just go from point A to point B. No, you start at either end of what you're building. So you start at point A and point B, and you meet in the middle. If you recall, when I was presidential spokesman under former President Jonathan, we had the Lagos-Ibadan Way, High Expressway, and President Jonathan went there. You had Julius Berger beginning from one end, and you had RCC beginning from another end. Now, I'm going to say this also for those supporters of the president and those supporters of the APC who are attacking this young man. Don't attack him. Yes, he insulted me, but don't worry, I've got a thick skin. I don't think he's a hater. I think he's a patriot who probably did not understand the whole picture. So it's our job to explain rather than to insult back. This is Reno Omokri. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you.